gentlemen, Hammerlin Jameson in the studio here doing it. We've got a big show ahead for you tomorrow night. We got a film. There's a film on the air, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'll be drinking Jameson. When you've got a bottle of Jameson and you're watching the show, The Stuck on Mars. I want to go to Mars. Joanne, give me a new bottle of Jameson for tomorrow's show. Joanne's back there wheezing. Guys, we got a show for you. We're going to head out, get ourselves ready for the program tomorrow. Hammerlin Jameson out. Joanne, I'm here with you, apparently. I got the mustache deal going, and yes, it looks quite ridiculous. But you know what? That is what life is about, Joanne, when you're here on freaking Mars. Getting ready for the movie Stuck on Mars. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'll be not with the mustache at that point. Getting rid of it. But tonight, we got it going. Hammerlin Jameson style. And again, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., if you're not doing anything Cinco de Mayo, you can get trashed. And then come on over. Watch the feature film, Stuck on Mars. I colonize Mars, and we change the name to Planet Marks. Guys, when you're on Mars and you get stuck to a SpaceX rocket, you get to make the rules. But I went. I'm the one who got to make the rules. Planet Marks. You must understand as well that I didn't have Joanne there to help me. You know? If I did, then Joanne would be able to do something positive instead of, I'm freaking out there on Mars all by myself. But tonight, guys, I just wanted to take a little trip back. Joanne opened the portal for me and remind you about tomorrow night, my 8th feature film, Stuck on Mars. Again, I'm a news reporter, Channel 7 News, and bottom line is I'm doing a report. I'm in front of a SpaceX rocket. I get attached, woo! All of a sudden I'm on Mars, but I find water. Guys, there's water on Mars. I can breathe without, equipment on Mars. So join me tomorrow if you like Jim Carrey, if you like Charlie Day, if you like anything that makes you laugh and say, that's kind of goofy, show up. Yeah, 8 films. We did Back to the FutureMark last month. I'm from the year 2769, and I go throughout history creating our past. You should go check that out as well. Guy Zabrowski. Joanne, stop breathing! Zabrosk! Guys, we're getting a woo-hoo from Zabrosk. Oh yeah, I'll throw it to you. Right? When you get a woo-hoo on Mars from Matt Zabroski with a mustache and the wheeze. The wheeze, of course, just takes me out of it, guys. I'm here. I'm doing a monologue. And Joanne's just destroying it. Joanne, you got to tell me where you get that moo-moo. I want a moo-moo like that. Sometimes I'm at home and I'm just like, I wonder where Joanne got that moo-moo. I want to get a moo-moo and just I could wrap Joanne's moo-moo around my entire family, extended as well. The extended family. We're all wrapped up nice and warm for the winter. Hibernating with that moo-moo, Anyway, guys, it's kind of cool here on Mars. A little colder than you'd expect, but I'm doing it. Short sleeving it on Mars. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne. Your wheeze is destroying the moment again. So, guys, I would love to play a song for you live, but unfortunately, I didn't change my strings because I'm a real estate agent. I'm selling land in the United States of America and on Mars. I'm the largest landowner on Planet Marks. Guys, join us tomorrow for the insanity when I discover that you can actually survive on Mars without, equipment. And there is water. And I find a Milky Way. So don't miss it, guys. It's a bunch of craziness. And what the heck? Where else you can see a stream of consciousness comedy film on a Friday night? Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. Oh, goodness. What's that? Yeah, Joanne, I guess I could play something for them. You guys want me to play you some clips tonight? You want to watch a couple clips, a couple pieces of comedy? I got something for you. I dropped a piece of comedy today and only 18 people. How many people saw it, Joanne? Joanne didn't even see it yet. Joanne said, I didn't even see it in my subscriptions. Well, what the freaking heck? You're my right-hand thing, and you can't even watch the content that we drop together. Of course, she kind of gets embarrassed when all she hears is the wheeze, because it's the loudest thing. Yeah. Goodness. Anyway, guys, I guess we could play the Mr. Rogers clip that I dropped on both platforms today. When one decided to add with a 3 and do it like a double-decker style because they made 4. It got a little awkward when 3 just said it felt like it was a 7 all of a sudden, like, aye. So we'll get into that. I'm going to play it for you. Anyway, guys, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Stuck on Mars, back there again. Tonight we're here, mustache. Don't have the mustache during the filming of Stuck on Mars. Here's an interesting side fact for anybody who's interested in movie lore. Stuck on Mars was filmed almost a year and a half ago. I filmed Stuck on Mars a year and a half ago. I almost released it before my last 2 films. It should have been film number 5. And something very interesting happened at the end of filming. I was doing the scene. There's a scene at the end where I'm on the phone with the president. I'm on the phone with Elon Musk, and I'm having this conversation. And it was you're going to see it because I was able to salvage it. But I did this whole live improv stream of consciousness thing. I was speaking to people all over the place that aren't there. And it wound up being such a perfect bit. And then I'm watching it back as I'm saying I have my movie. It's done. And I see that the only way I can explain this is when you're using a green screen, you can use different things that are moving on the screen and you can work around them. Like I put Joanne on with me, but I could put moving things, and I found like a Mars rover that was moving. So I thought it'd be cool that if I had a scene where the Mars rover's moving, and because I was interacting with the Mars rover throughout the whole movie. And so I found one that's actually alive, and I gotta murder you now because I was crazy. I was killing all of the robots to fix the other robots that were broken, and that's just a bit that everything that was working I'd break in order to try to fix something that wasn't working. And again, it's just a live stream of consciousness thing. But anyway, so this X and something else from what you would see on YouTube. If you put your mouse on the screen, you see these little pieces come up. If you move your mouse off, it looks like a nice movie. So for some reason, I'd hit the mouse and it touched that area where all you saw was that X. And the entire time I'm doing this bit, my face is walking, and at times I'm right on the X, and I'm like, I gotta throw this entire piece of comedy out because of this stupid X on the screen. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. So I released The Worst Coach Ever. I released Back to the FutureMark. And then I said to myself, maybe I could find a tree. Yeah, it's not necessarily realistic that there's a tree on Mars, but maybe I could find a withered tree and somehow get one of the branches to block this stupid X. So you can still see me when I move in and out of it, but when I am in the way, I'm just in the way of a tree branch. And that seems believable. So I found something. I could not believe this. I literally searched for about 2.5 hours one night. I was like, I'm finding something that'll work for this. And I find this withered tree, and I take it down, PNG it, suck out the background, so now it's by itself. I drag it on the screen, and somehow it blocks that X just perfect enough for me to say, we have film number 8. And so tomorrow evening at 8 p.m., I'm very proud to release my 8th feature film. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I intended to do 1 feature film in my life, and I'm about to release my 8th. And it's not easy to do a feature film, but it's easy to do it when you don't have a script and all you're doing is try to entertain whoever's here with us that night. And I decided to create a movie that night. We do it all the time. We have lots of starts to movies. Sensei Round Eye is going to be another movie. There's so many movies that we have that just have not been put together into form. So the only thing I would say is I've been live for 1,585 days in a row today. And if you are looking for something that does not exist, literally, join us tomorrow. Because there is nothing, and then there's something. Every single day I've been live. I don't know how to sit here and not create. I don't know how to just not take every single bit of this moment and squeeze it and give you something that's unique and something that moves you. I'm sick of seeing things that take me down. I'm here to bring you up a level. This is the longest running show on earth. There's a reason why I keep showing up every day, and I know I keep trying to pinpoint what it is, but I keep showing up every day because I hope that it moves you, that somebody will show up for 0 people just to try to put some hope into this world. Hope for hope. I can't change anything about the world. I realize that. I don't have that power. But what I can do is decide to shut off the things that make me feel crappy and only bring things that make me feel great into my life. This show makes me feel great. When I come out here with you guys and I play music, or I'm in the middle of one of these silly moments with this wheezy bag of moo-moo over here, it's a balance. We're all looking for a balance in our lives. We have to find that Mark Inspires, that moment, that thing that I'm able to find here every night that keeps me balanced in the rest of my days. Life is crazy hard. There's never been an easy day for anybody, I don't think. Even the people who have everything. I don't know what that's like. I work my tail off just to try to support a family, 3 kids. I don't make any money for doing this. But I do it because, again, I hope. And I hope it just impacts one more person's life. If you look at the motto of the show, it's to effect a positive change one person at a time. It's all I can hope to do every single day I'm here, is to just move somebody else towards their own greatness. We are billions and billions of souls with uniqueness that needs to be brought to the surface in order to take this place, this planet, to a level it should be at. We should be living at a higher level, and all we're doing is low-level hatred, division, and just, I don't even understand this whole concept of tuning into the lie anymore. I just shut it all off. It's called the negatube to me. There is nothing positive on TV. Shut it off. Whether it's here or somewhere else, online, live, someplace that moves your spirit to do something positive with your life. That's where I want you to be. That's where I want to be. So, tomorrow at 8 p.m., I'll be here watching the 8th feature film, Stuck on Mars, because I haven't watched the full thing through. I don't have the ability to even do that. It's crazy, but I watch segments and then I'm like, okay, this is good, and I tie it together, but I don't even have the time to watch the films during the editing process because there's so much different stuff going on. I don't see all the features. But to watch it full and sit back and say, okay, I can't touch it anymore. This is it. Tomorrow's the first time. I'm looking forward to watching it with you guys. And it will be my momentary step away and hopefully see it from the eye of a viewer, somebody. I say this, I never really can react to what I do live. I have to listen back myself because some of the things that are happening are so powerful that if I'm not in the moment creating that thing for you, it would suck. So I don't even realize 96% of the things that actually happen on this show because I'm actually drawing it out of the ether. You can't do that if you're not fully connected to it. if I start thinking about, oh, wow, that thing I just said, that phrase, there's sometimes like a phrase that I'll blurt out singing and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I can't stop to think about what it was. And hours later, sometimes I'm like, oh wait, geez, wasn't there this pretty cool part in that song I wrote tonight? You don't know how many sick songs are just sitting in the days that I've been here live. Yeah, I've released 196. We have 40 that I have to put out over the next 2-3 albums. I have to drop albums like one after the other over the next several months. I gotta start doing that. But there's 196 songs out there. There's 250, 500 songs that are on my show over the last 1,585 days that I completely forgot about. And those are the things that I hope somebody goes back to find, because I can't. I can't figure it out myself. I can't go back. I don't have the time. So, stupid mustache. You know, stupid mustache is all I have to say. Now, I hope that you guys can at least get on board with that concept of somebody wanting us to find, you know, a higher level. And it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of work. So, let me know what you guys think. Not of the stupid mustache. I know it's dumb. I'm shaving it tonight, Maudib. So, you know what's funny is my kid I had this stupid this beard thing going, you know? And my kid says, oh, you should have a mustache. She's been saying this for a while. And so I said, okay. I shaved it down earlier. And I did like 4 or 5 different things. The first one I did was hilarious. I did handlebars all the way down to here. Oh, it's freaking hilarious. All the way down to the bottom, I did handlebars. And I was like the guy, Peter, what's going on? From Office Space. And so it was hilarious. And then I shaved it because I was like, that looks so bad. So I was like, I'll shave it to about here. And then I had this stupid, you know, Johnny Depp thing here. And my son was like, that looks cool, but get rid of this thing and I want to see the mustache. So I did it. And he goes, oh, you look like Nestor Cortez. He's a huge Nestor Cortez fan. Who's a pitcher for the Yankees. And he's got a mustache like that. And so basically that's what we have, you know, that's the bottom line. I'm going to play you guys something real quick. If you can, give this a share as well. I dropped this today and I don't think anybody's seen it. It does not seem so, but I'm going to play it for you and share it with you, and hopefully you guys will do me a favor and share it with some friends. Mustache will be gone. Here we go. Ready? Dropping this for you. And again, please do me a favor and share this. This is what we call live improv comedy. I'm going to flip this so you guys can see it.
Whenever heartburn strikes, get fast relief with Tums.
Welcome, boys and girls, here to Mr. Mark's neighborhood. We're here 2023 style, and of course we need to discuss how insane we are living in these times. Guys, Mr. Mark's neighborhood. I'm gonna sit down for a second and we're just gonna, we gotta take off the, you know, we gotta take off the old man sweater, unzipping it. Yeah. Look, oh, my shirt. Yeah. Mr. Mark's neighborhood. When you're doing it and you've got the Dr. Weasel Frauci shirt on that everybody wants, they're all like, where can I get mine? Mr. Mark will tell you in a second. So I'm taking off my jacket, throwing it on the ground. Look, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Mark doesn't freaking keep things clean on studio, you know? I just toss it on the freaking ground. Look, here we are, the most important detail of the day. A booster a day, a bug booster a day keeps Dr. Weasel Frauci away. Remember that, it's on the CDC website. And of course, if you don't know, you are not a horse. No, you're not a cow. You're a guinea pig. What are we talking about? Mr. Mark's Neighborhood. Doing it. Look, at the end of the day, you have to remember that it's 2023 and we're trying to make it a better world for you kids. You know, you're there in school and you're learning the ones and twos, right? And now they're telling you that 1 + 2 = 9. And you're like, how do I do that math? They're like, well, you're born as a 1, but you could be a freaking 9. Like, no, if I was a 1, when I'm born, I'm always a 1. I may be like a really cool 1. I may be like a really laid back 1, you know, but I'm a 1. You're telling me that I could also be a 9? No, I'm sorry. This is Mr. Mark's Neighborhood. And when we're here, we get down into it, you know. Fred Rogers was a friend of mine, you know. We used to hang out together. Back to the FutureMark. Went and learned everything I could from the master. You know, I said, Fred, tell me, what do I do? He says, Mark, boys will always be boys. Girls can only be the mommies. Boys can only grow up to be the daddies. You know, and everybody's fancy. You know, if you're not fancy, you know, that's on you. Because everybody's fancy. Mr. Rogers said so, and Mr. Mark here on Mr. Mark's Neighborhood. You know, remember, guys, a double bugga booster a day keeps Dr. Weasel Frauci away. And yes, you were a guinea pig. You could get the shirt at markpires.com. Guys, I created it. But Mr. Rogers, he had a lot of great messages. Guys, Zabrowski. Zabrowski! You came out of nowhere with that woohoo. Guys, Mr. Mark's Neighborhood, keeping it real, 2023 style. Okay, here's what we got going on. You're born a 1, you know, and you want to make math with another number. So you're like, hey, I like that 3 over there. And I'm doing a 1 + 3 = 4. Yeah. And all of a sudden that 3 is like, you know what? I was born a 3, but I really feel like I am identifying like a 7. And all of a sudden you got like a quandary. There's confusion in mathematics. We're not looking for more confusion in mathematics because it's all already been proven. The thesis, Pythagorean. Guys, when you had a Pythagorean theorem and you started doing it and you're like, yeah, it works out. Good Will Hunting came out and he said, how you like them apples? And I was down. Guys, this is a live improv comedy show. And what I wanted to tell you is that Mr. Rogers would be canceled 2023 because his song, Everybody's Fancy, is a very powerful message. We're going to watch it here. Joanne, she's wheezing. Yeah, I can't do it all, guys. I can't deal with the Joanne as well. But I got the shirt on tonight, you know? Guys, remember, you're not a horse. You know? All right? What's that? No, you're not a cow either. Unbelievable. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, no, you're a guinea pig. Guys, a booster a day keeps Dr. Weasel Frauci away. You did it. You know, Joanne did as well. That's why she's got the humongocarditis. First case, you know, in the world. Who? Yeah, they called. Freaking Tedros. Can I speak to Joanne? I'm sorry, she's wheezing right now. Yeah, you can't talk to Joanne because she's doing a wheezeroo while I'm here. You know, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Guys, it's a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You know, would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Picking my freaking jacket back up off the ground. Look, guys, I'm throwing it back on. Look at him. He's got the old man vest jacket on. You know, I wear it like this, though, and I'm doing like a walk, you know, like where it's kind of pimp, you know, because you could wear like, look, hi, boys and girls. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Remember, boys are boys, girls are girls, you know, Mr. Rogers style.
You know, everybody's fancy. You, me, some are fancy on the outside. Some are fancy on the inside. Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Boys are boys from the beginning. girls are girls right from the start. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Only girls can be the mummies. Only boys can grow up and be the daddies. Yes, sir, everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. I think you're a special person, and I like your ins and outsides. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Can you sing that with me? Sure. Sing songs with me whenever you know them.
I like that. Sing songs with me whenever you know them. I'll say the same thing to you. Whenever you know a song, even if it's a song I wrote, and you were here for the writing of it. Uh-oh. Good timing to be here when the camera decides to shut off. I'm going to see if I can pop on a normal effect here for the fam on a TikTok. Let's see. I got the... where is it? There it is. That's our usual stand-up background. So guys, you know, when you're here and you learn that everybody's fancy for the first time. And you're like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that everybody's fancy. You didn't know that. Everybody's fine. Girls can only have the babies. Something like that, right, Joanne? Boys can only make them turn into babies. Girls have the eggs and boys have the sperm. Yeah, that's called friggin' biology. Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Boys have a dong and girls have a vagina. What are we talking about over here, Joanne? You know, when you're singing new songs about everybody being fancy, you know. Fancy boys still have a donger. Masculine girls still have a vajaroo. Everybody's fancy, and so are you. Yes, Coop. Oh, goodness. Maudib in the house. Kill it and grill it. Guys, everybody's fancy, you know, whether you got a dungaroo or not. You know, and with your born with on, you still have one. You know. That means that you can seed somebody. You know what I mean? Like seed someone and then also be the woman who just... What is a woman, though? Let's dive deep on that one. I know the definition, the dictionary says a adult female, you know, adult female. But what's an adult female, you know? I would say somebody who can make babies. Not all of them, you know, not every woman, not every guy can shoot it up, you know? But when done properly and the environmental factors are not an issue, you know, somebody's got a sperm, somebody don't. You know what I mean? That's really what we're dealing with, you know. 2023. Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Oh, goodness, you know. Boys have a donger and girls have a vagina. I think that's a hit right there, Joanne. Joanne, what if we looped that? No, I'm just kidding. We don't want to loop that one, Joanne. Joanne, can you loop your wheeze and then I'll throw in everybody's fancy in the background, you know? And then before you know it, we get a symphony of insanity, I guess you would call it. Guys, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, Stuck on Mars. I'm going to give you the link right now. Remember, everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Oh, my goodness. All right, here is the link to tomorrow's premiere. My fam and friends, I cannot wait to watch this with you. It is Right there, the link. And it's at 8 p.m. tomorrow on the Mark Inspires YouTube channel. Only Rumble people. You'll see it. There's going to be a drop of it like a few hours later on Rumble, but be there for the premiere. Join me in the chat. Let's have some fun. It's a freaking movie about Mars, traveling to it, about being fancy. You know? Everybody's fancy, even when you're on Mars. You know? That's basically all I got. What do you guys think about the new Everybody's Fancy song? You know, it just came out at platinum. It went platinum. You know, first day on the market, everybody bought it. They were all singing it in the streets. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Boys have a pee-pee and girls have a vagina. And then, like, the kids were singing in unison. And, like, look, if you want to go there and talk to them about things you shouldn't, about things that boys and girls do, or even boys and boys do, or girls and girls do, like, you're talking to kids about that, well, then they need to know that boys have dongers and girls have a vaginas, you know? And they didn't watch Arnold Schwarzenegger in Kindergarten Cop. The little boy there nailed it, you know? Boys have penises and girls have a vajaga, you know? That's what they called it, I think. Jeez. You know, when you're in the middle of it and you're just being refreshed on common sense stuff, you know. Oh, goodness. Comedy shouldn't have a line, guys, you know. If you are offended by somebody joking about something insane, then you're the problem. And if you're the small group of people who says, or it's, you know, I'm like totally blown away by something. It's like this 2023 Twilight Zone bizarro world that we're living in, like these weird, like totally off the chart things are said and done and people champion them. They're like, yeah, this is great. And then like common sense people will just show up and be like, yeah, that's weird. Like, what are we doing over here? And they get canceled and ridiculed and they lose their jobs. And it's a fucked up world, man. When you have the people who are just trying to say, wake up, are you serious? What do you think? This is okay? And then they lose all credibility for pointing out the insanity. And the insanity's winning, like over and above all like normal decision making. You think that justice will prevail and the law means anything, and then you see the way that they've been running things for the last 4 years. It's like, whoa, what is going on? This is absolutely out of a horror movie, what we're living through. So that's why we try to keep things light here. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. and you know we do it at 8 p.m. because movie. It's only an hour and 6 minutes, though, guys. It's not a typical Mark Inspires hour and 28 to an hour and 30-minute movie. It's 1 hour 6. So grab some freaking popcorn, throw some extra butter on it, grab a margarita. It's Cinco de Mayo, and we're going to be down it, all right? Joanne will be wheezing through the entire movie. You should show up just to hear the wheeze. Like, if you need the ASM stuff, whatever it's called, ASML, ASMR. When you need some asthma, you come here and listen to the wheeze from Joanne. I'll give you a DVD copy. You know, 17 hours of Joanne wheezing. I tried to put in some actual like music and like inspirational messaging, but the wheeze was just overpowering on recording, you know. Some people are like, oh, well, let's just bring a mixer in and we'll just bring the fader down on, you know, Joanne and bring the fader up on Mark. We did that. It made no sense. Like nothing. You can't even hear a word. I'm ripping it up on the guitar. I was like, and all you hear is freaking wheezy back there. I'm getting sick of it, really. She kills every piece of content, you know, like everything. Goodness. everybody's fancy. You know? Maybe. May the wheeze be with you. Maudib nailed that one. Yeah. It's May the 4th be with you today, isn't it? May the 4th be with you and the wheeze. As, unfortunately, you guys don't realize this, but once you show up and watch the show and you get the wheeze, it's almost like one of those horror movies when, like, you watch the VHS tape and you shouldn't, you know? Like The Ring, the first time you saw The Ring, and they're like, oh, I watched the film, and now it's 7 days. You have 7 days. With Joanne, it's like, once you get the wheeze, it just follows you everywhere. You're like in the middle of the grocery store, you're like, I think I need milk. You start hearing it, you're like, what is that? You're being terrorized in your sleep by the wheeze, by Joanne. And before you know it, she steals your soul. You know, it's just what you should expect when you hire the spawn of Satan. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, it's George Soros' daughter. That's my assistant, Joanne. Joanne Soros. Spawn of Satan. Look, guys, when you're doing it, and he clearly did it, you know? Guys, tomorrow, 8 p.m., and then I'll be back for the show to do a review of the movie. I want to hear what you guys think of it. Like I said, the only way I know what you think is if you actually leave comments, so please do that. It would be really cool to see you here tomorrow to watch the movie. This is Eastern Standard Time stuff, guys. Eastern Standard Time stuff. And let me just see something here. Yeah, Eastern Standard Time stuff. So that's going to be 8 p.m. tomorrow. I'm going to say goodnight to you if you're here. Joanne. If you guys haven't yet, please hit the thumbs up. Please leave a comment and a share if you can. Sid, my brother. Kill it and grill it. Maudib, Pamela Swan, S. Coop, Trish Killian, Virginia, and we of Liberty and Freedom. Hopefully tomorrow, when I'm here in the chat for the movie, I have a little bit something a little less in here in my face. No more mustache, or maybe I'll just shave one half of the mustache off. You know, and then I'll talk to you like this, and then I'll flip. And be like, no, that's not right. I'll be like, yes, it is. No, it's not. We could do a comedy like that. No. Oh goodness. So until tomorrow. Sandy and User and Chris Hallman, Sandy Frericks, you guys are awesome. I hope to see you tomorrow. Until then, it's Mark Pires. And this was day 1585 in a row. See you tomorrow, fam. You got to go.